customer is actually a AAA member. We made an appointment. He already had a contractor that was building the room, but he wanted an expert, in wine storage to come in and design it for him. So he didn't know what to expect. He was kind of relying on me to give him the look. But he did tell me that he wanted to store glassware. He wanted bins for some large bottles. I kind of talked him into the display area. He wasn't really familiar with that. And such a big room, I went double high for that. And then just gave him, some different looks of the bins. I like the chevron display up on top there above the opening. There's still like some lights that are not installed. Like there'd be a light in that squared off area in the back. This room has 12-foot high ceilings. It's got, 2,100 bottle capacity. He incorporated this cornice piece up, as you can see up in the corner. He wanted it in the room. It's got the wine ladder set up in here. He's got dual 2-high angle display that's lit up, and then just some different bins, the chevron look in the back straight ahead there, some horizontal display. He has the island in the center that you can utilize to bring stuff in, set glasses down, bottles down. In that rectangle area on that last pic there, there's glass stemware goes in there. This is natural redwood with no stain other than on the tabletops. Tabletops have a clear finish that's not stained, just a clear finish that would protect it from any spills or stuff like that. So this is IronWine. I use them pretty much for all my wine racks. He wanted to kind of show off a little bit, just not see a bunch of squared off cubbies. He wanted to show it off. One of the things he wanted, he liked black. There's a black background on the walls, painted black. Door I got for him is black with that premium redwood, which is like a marbling of kind of red and white wood. It really jumps off the walls because it is 12-foot high. Took the ladder up to 10-foot high, and he can definitely reach the top. It's a hook ladder, so because this is start and stop, as you can see there, it's got wheels at the bottom. He just lifts the hooks off the bar, moves it to the next area, and then the ladder slides left to right. If he's not using it, it can tuck away flat up against the racks. So the contractor that he had hired to do the remodel, he had already bought a cooling system, which was fine. So we vapor barrier insulated the walls, put the electrical, pointed out where it needed to go. And then we drywalled, and he had the painters come in and paint the walls. And the flooring. I didn't do the flooring or the painting. We just did the insulation part, vapor barrier. Typically, the contractor wants me to do it. They don't want responsibility of that. And I'd rather have it because if I'm doing the cooling system, I want to do the walls. I want to make sure so that, anything that would happen down the road, I would be responsible for. I was happy to work with him. He seemed like he definitely knew what he's doing, but I didn't have any control of the cooling system. But I did make sure that they did a heat load and that it was properly sized. I had this guy, double check that I like the room because I was able to do some design features. The one thing I didn't like that turned out, if you see the display rows, there's a bar at every spot, up and down, up and down. Typically those would be like every fourth bottle, but there's two options. There's this option and then there's that other option. And I somehow missed it on the drawings because I would have changed it if I saw that. And then if you notice, everything is lattice. The bins below there, up above, which is perfectly great. It holds the capacity. It's a cost saver. It also is less wood. So that's another way I brought the price down for this job. And then if you see like the open square on the left corner there, those are display areas. There's lighting inside. So he wanted to be able to display some personal item stuff up in those areas. You see those little rectangle areas. They could be a case if you put them, because they have those long skinny cases as well. But what I have that for is for magnums. They can easily be stacked in those areas. That back area that's the focal wall. It's double deep, which creates that counter space left to right. And there's a drawer right below that and a cabinet below that as well. So for his knickknacks, and then that island is double deep as well. So you come in, if you're loading, especially if you're loading bottles or cases, you come in, you can set something down on one of those tabletops and then move around pretty easily in the room. Or as you can bring people in and have a glass of wine, you can set it down. This is not the norm. It's more of a size. 2,100 bottles is would be a very large cellar. I do a lot of 200 to 700 bottle cellars or wine walls or whatever under stairs. So many options. This was a specific room he dedicated to wine, which is nice. I work with whatever I have to work with, but I do walk into a house and the customer has a general area that they're thinking about. And this happened to me recently where they thought they wanted to do something under the stairs. And I could have done it, but it had challenges. And bottle capacity was going to be like 150 bottles, and the price was going to be like $40,000. So it didn't make sense. When I walk in, I saw a niche on the wall that was 9 foot high, 8 foot wide. That they just had some little furniture stuff in there. I said that would be such a better location for your wine cellar, and you're going to get 700 bottles in there. Price is going to be very similar probably, and you're going to get a lot more for your buck. So they appreciate that I'm just not out to get I'm looking out for the customer. I always do that when I walk into a home. I'm just looking around for the best spot, even though it may not be where they were thinking originally.